that. I think this team has a lot of talent. It's got good captainship. PPD is a very well documented good captain. So I think things are going a little bit better. Especially since the role change, which Zai actually suggested at the end of that tournament that they played at Katowice. He said I don't think this is working. We should probably. He's I'm going to suggest to the team that we switch because I think 33 has a lot to offer in the off lane, and we should probably enable that a little bit more. And I think since that switch, they're just gaining ground slowly, just getting better.
Okay, and in terms of OG, where do you rate them right now, Winter? They're not the major killers of last year or the year before, but are they getting better?
I mean, they're getting better with playing with Seb, but are they actually getting better as a team? That's what I'm not sure. They're picking there was this one game they had a very strange draft with Magnus, Dark Willow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Seb likes to play like Magnus, but they're still kind of figuring out how to use him in the team better.
Sure.
But I think overall, I'm not sure of their position right now. Are they getting better, or are they getting worse, or they're stagnating?
For me, no disrespect to Seb, sorry, Kat, but do they need a better mid?
I mean, I'm not gonna really judge Seb on his mid lane too much. I think he's a proficient enough player. I watched some of his mid lane. He seems to do all right mechanically.
That's a higher MMR than the rest of his team.
Yeah, I think that one of the real problem for me for OG is the fact that they ran through the qualifiers that they did. Against definitely some weaker teams than what are here. And they ran through them with a very specific strategy. It felt like they had 2 basic strategies, and they just went through the whole entire qualifier with those. And I feel like this team, I question whether or not they're going to be able to have the versatility to really be able to have this long marathon of best-of-1 games and then go into potentially the playoffs and play these best-of-3 series and everything. I question whether or not they actually have that in their toolkit right now, adding Sebastian on and still trying to obviously figure things out because they didn't even look like they had things figured out when they had Resolution on the team. And,
that's true.
That was a permanent member that they had for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that. And so with the fresh member, they, I just question whether or not they have that.
I mean, it's not about who is better. It's who's more suitable. What kind of player do they need?
Yeah.
That's the more important question for them.
I mean, they were always such a great team with Miracle in that team that played around that 4 protect 1. Do you feel like they have to go back to that?
Do you think Sebastian is the player that they need?
He's kind of a utility core.
Yeah, and I don't think No-Tail's the kind of harder carry player either.
Yeah, they're both very similar. So I don't.
You guys hear that, right?
Yeah.
It's Space Jam, right?
No, it's not Space Jam.
What is it?
It's
I'm not sure what that is, but
it's
Baby Got Back.
Baby Got Back.
Yeah, we've got something funky in our ears right now, but I'm sure that will get sorted.
Quiet.
Into the draft we go then for game number 1. Optic Gaming versus OG. I wonder what we're going to get straight off the bat. It's an odd thing, isn't it? I mean, Gyro ban on one side, which is we thought maybe just creeps through because of the changes, but actually they still see it as a valuable ban.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the music fix. That was good. Witch Doctor ET, Tusk all banned for Optic. So
Prophet's untouched, right? Did he get changed? Nature's Prophet? No, right? I don't recall.
Not to my knowledge.
So he's still really strong.
Yeah.
And that Witch Doctor ban, gives me some signal of Prophet might be a hero that they want to go to. You don't really ban Witch Doctor early unless you want to do something like that.
Yeah, and I mean they suffered in the qualifiers recently against that same opener where VGJ Thunder just picked up.
That's a lot of support bans, by the way, for Optic. Yeah.
So this hero did get a very slight nerf, right? Just the cast time on the ulti was 0.8 to 1 second, right?
Winter, do you think this hero is do you think this hero should be picked up in 1-2 and then teams just aren't ready to pick it yet?
I mean, the team should be ready to pick it. The hero is definitely really, really strong, in my opinion. How can a support have two stuns, two ultimates?
Yeah. Bedlam cooldown was increased as well.
Oh, Bedlam cooldown.
Oh,
but,
wow.
That's going to make such a
Good
difference.
No, but is it like just 10 seconds? Like a very...
It is 40, 30, 20 to 40, 35, 30.
You know,
Oh.
so
So
now
not
that
massively.
hard 5 position can solo a carry a little less often. But he can still neutralize an entire team with Terrorize, so, you know.
I don't know. I mean, just it's like the concept of the hero that's
Yeah.
really good.
I feel like he was being kind of underpicked.
You get a phase shift that also deals damage. You get Pit Lord's Root that also deals damage. You get Wisp Balls that deal like 5 times the damage.
Oh,
He's just-
Warlock did get a sizable buff though, I think. But that's just the level. The level 3 ultimate is much stronger now, but the early levels one is still.
And
mean,
is it usually hard to get Warlock to those levels anyway?
Yeah, but you do have the talent. 60%
That's
XP.
true. If you can get to level 15 in the first place, though.
5 seconds remaining.
It's how much XP?
60.
60.
60.
Yeah.
60%.
Is that even good? Because you're going to be like a level 25 Warlock and everyone's just going to get so much XP for killing you.
Yeah, but you kind of want to die because you get the extra rock.
It's
Yeah,
like a
your
trap
level
card.
18 and level 20 are so important, right? Because then you get the extra death
Take me,
golem.
kill me.
Kill me.
I'll only come
I'm
back stronger.
I'm just waiting for one of these times where they do Warlock Core and he gets like he gets Refresher, Blink, and Bloodstone, and he just drops 2 golems and then blinks in and just kills himself for another golem.
Warlock Undying.
Warlock Undying.
Well, wouldn't you blink in, die naturally, and then come back like Boots Travel in because your cooldown is so short, and then you suicide?
No, that's presuming he has a lot of charges. Let's
Yeah.
be real. This Suicide Warlock.
Then you've got the 4. Then you got the Quad Rock.
So Optic going for their opening 2, Willow and Night Stalker. It's the tiny Warlock.
Is this to the support duo?
No.
Might be the
10
offlane
seconds
Night Stalker.
remaining.
Yeah, I think it could be the offlane Night Stalker, just because this is an
5
NA thing,
seconds remaining.
where
It's usually 33 that plays the Night Stalker on Optic.
NA have been picking Night Stalker, and it can be 4 position, but more often it's been offlane.
It's a really good dual lane hero, Night Stalker, even if you play on like support. But personally, I like it more on the
Radiant
core
team back.
because I like the hero being like a rich Night Stalker with a lot of levels.
Who's doing that? It was Infamous. Jakarta. They were doing Night Stalker offlane.
Yeah.
Who is
BJJ
Stinger?
Thunder also did it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stinger actually looked really good on that. He got a bunch of
He got like
Yule Scepter, right, or something?
No, he
What
went
was it?
the Glimmer Cape.
Glimmer Cave, that's right.
He went like Glimmer Force or something. It was cool.
And it was insanely good.
10 seconds remaining.
So I guess Night Stalker and Dark Willow, they work well together.
5 seconds
You have a
remaining.
front line for Dark Willow to drop all the spells.
Could
Yeah,
play
that vision.
fast.
That could be your aggro dual lane, honestly.
Yeah, it could be a very
So
strong
much
duel.
damage.
Tell you what, Optic have only banned support so far.
Yeah.
Mm.
Target out Jerax.
Yeah.
So they think Jerax is the most important player on their team. And everyone else
Definitely
has...
restricting the pool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of there's been a lot of discussions where position 4 has a huge influence on the team, and it's a very good role to like
Radiant team
target
back.
ban out.
I mean, they basically picked out Fly's second most played, which is Witch Doctor, and
OG's
Jerax's top
turn to
3 most played.
No Razor, by the way,
Mm.
on either side.
Yeah,
no ban either.
The PL ban, Night Stalker doesn't want to play against PL. So annoying. He doesn't want to play against like illusion-based heroes.
The Chen's still available if they want it, though.
So there was a point that Kyle
10
made to me earlier
seconds
this morning,
remaining.
and I'm sure he said it on panel before, but he said when you play against Optic, the big thing is you got to make sure that Pycat doesn't have the best overall hero in the game.
Mm.
Because right now I think that guy is playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
Right, they're going to go for the Naga.
it's performing.
Heavy team fight, Naga plus Warlock.
He was the first of us to beat the OpenAI.
They've got an interesting combination where they can upheaval and sleep here, right? Because it doesn't matter how long you've been in the upheaval; it
5
matters how
seconds
long the
remaining.
upheaval has been channeled.
Yeah. So we were talking about OG struggles, right? And I think part of the issue with them, and probably the biggest issue, is when you see certain teams, you fear certain heroes. Like you're afraid of Liquid's X, Y, and Z hero. You're afraid of VP's everything. It's like, you know, Secret, you see Yaps or Rubik, and people start like first 3 banning it. And OG fell under that category last year too, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you had to ban the Alk, you had to ban the TB, you had to ban the Naga. Like there are just certain heroes when you saw OG, you had to ban Jyrex's Urshirt. Like you were afraid of so many different heroes.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like what really when you see OG are you super concerned with? Maybe like the ET is kind of annoying, but that's when you know.
like a brood.
Apparently,
potentially.
according to the bans, it's the support heroes.
Yeah, and so that's been for me anyways like the biggest difference between if I know a team is good, it's you fear you fear everything. You feel like you can't give that team any of their major heroes or they're just gonna steamroll you.
Yeah.
But like that's almost always how you feel as a drafter too. It's like that's how you know a team is good. For Optic or for OG, I think those heroes don't really exist anymore. Or at least it doesn't feel like it.
They haven't honed those tools yet. They haven't looked good enough on any one of these like really signature picks to be like, oh no.
It's more like they have too much team like dynamic issues to even try to fix the heroes that they want to play well with.
Yeah. Remember like Mineski when they were very good in that time period, you were afraid of their Mirana and you were afraid of Moon's Puck.
Puck, I think, is the main thing people ban the most.
Yeah. It's like you were actually scared to play against them because these heroes, they made them feel broken.
Okay, Troll against Bat Rider.
Oh,
That's some rough lane. So it means the Night Stalker is a support, and Night Stalker with Bat Rider is really good synergy. Give him the vision, so it's easy for him to lasso. Get a good target for lasso.
somebody in FPL told me though that this combo was nice because of the vision game, but it lacks damage.
Night Stalker actually deals a lot of damage. Don't underestimate that guy.
Dude, the Void is like really bad now, right?
It doesn't do as much damage. It used to do like almost 360 or something like that.
Yeah, it was
doesn't
like
do
wasn't it
nearly as
like
much.
110 at level 1 in the past or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the hero actually does a lot of right click damage as a support.
You just walk in, start
Yeah, you
hitting
just
people.
if it's nighttime, you actually do a lot of physical damage.
Yeah, I like the whenever I see the Core 9 Stalkers, I love the medallion build. For a position, it could still
Even
get it,
Spirit
but
Vessel would be fine too.
Spirit Vessel is
I
the
mean,
preferred
you guys
for a
talk
support.
about lacking damage. They have that Dark Willow hero there, so I don't think damage is going to be an issue.
And honestly, the Bat Rider, not just versus the matchup of the Troll, but also versus these two supports, Naga Siren and Warlock, who like to be able to get this slow setup on these team fights. Bat Rider just makes things really messy and chaotic and always makes sure that he kind of gets the first step.
Yeah.
He can find the Naga Siren, pull her out first.
They're going to have a lot of problems like core-to-core matchups. Like Bat Rider lanes really well against Tiny, lanes really well against Troll. Same goes for the Razor. So OG's going to have a hard time like finding the correct lanes. It's very important for them to, like before the game starts, they smoke out. They have to like place wards to make sure they get the best possible scenarios of their laning phase, which is right now pretty difficult. I can see them just losing all their lanes right now. Pretty difficult for them. Bad situation.
There's the Brood.
instant pick.
I did wonder whether that was going to get banned at the end. That is probably one of the
So it's
heroes you want to ban at the end.
mid-razor.
OG.
Mid-razor.
They did it yesterday too versus newbie. CCNC played it against Lena,
10 seconds remaining.
but we talked about how they want to be giving
5
Pycat like
seconds
the
remaining.
unquestioned late game.
I mean, Terrible is the ultimate carry.
And it does mean, like, as a result, it does mean they keep on kind of sacking CCNC,
Yeah.
which is why he just hasn't been
Mag or
looking as
something?
good.
Oh, it's Legion.
Choose your
Tiny mid troll carry. So it's a tiny mid against Razor.
Oh, it's mad for
Yeah.
playing the troll.
No, they're avoiding their lane. So troll against Razor, tiny against Bat.
Do you want troll against Razor though?
I don't know. Like they don't have good matchups because of the draft.
Yeah, the Bat Rider makes things really tricky.
I mean, LC is okay. It deals with the Bat and has a good matchup in the lane against Terabit. But that's one of 3 lanes. They're still going to have a hard time in 2 lanes.
And outside of the laning phase, they have pretty slow cores and slow supports, right? Like Legion Commander and Troll do not come online very
Yeah.
fast. Then you've got a
lot of-
Warlock, a Naga
A lot
Siren.
of problems. I think it's going to
Too
be...
many problems?
Yeah, it's going to be Optic being the real OG here in this game.
All right, okay. Let's go down the line. Predictions. Cap.
Optic.
Optic.
So you guys both take Optic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Then I will take OG.
Why?
You don't know this game. Welcome, Winter, to the Blitz panel. This is the game that Blitz Toto plays.
I'm always last pick.
Okay, your first pick next game. Remember, Paul. He's gonna be first pick.
like part of me feels like Blitz is trying to not have some sort of cursed panel. That's what he's trying to do.
He's the
Or
balance.
he just likes
Or maybe
being
he's just
able
trolling the
to
hell
make
out of
us look
Yeah,
dumb.
I don't. Maybe.
If we end up being wrong in our
Maybe.
predictions, that's more important to him.
All right. Can't control them. They're absolutely out of control on this panel right now. Time to head over to our commentary team for game 1 of the day. And what better pairing could we have for an NAE versus EU clash than Coddle and Lacoste?
Thank you so much, Paul. Lacoste, we are here. 7.12 has been dawned upon us, and what a better way to christen it than OG versus OG, NA versus EU.
First official game, man. It feels like you and me didn't cast for so long. The last time we casted together when Tyrannosaurus Rex was alive, man.
Yeah, King's Cup time, probably. Well, let's get into it, man. This is going to be a super hype one. As we know, a lot of history between these two teams, in particular Mad and Peter. And, you know, OG yesterday started a little shaky in their matchup against King Gaming, dropping that one. They were able to get a good bounce back. OG, though, looking pretty damn fresh. Walk away after day 1, 2-0 with some good confident wins. And already we see in this game, OG on the early move. Just like looking to get some aggressive vision down early and try to establish some dominance.
Yeah, that's a good word. He ate a tree with Warlock and planted it, so it blocks the camp and it gives a lot of vision.
Good little cute bit of vision there to see any possible rotations. Now the panel, by the way, almost, well, pretty much unanimous that Optic Gaming have this one in the bag. Do you also have the same faith in their draft?
The draft overall is better for Optic, definitely. I'm afraid that OG's lineup need a lot of time to kick in together. They have a good combo with Naga Sleep, Warlock, but what after? I'm afraid that both Troll and the Legion Commander need at least 15 minutes to come online.
Looks like we are seeing a little bit of a swap up here, possibly. At least Mr. Big Daddy No Tail is taking to the mid lane on his Tiny. We're not going to be seeing Mad playing the Troll in the mid lane. And they even swap things around from the side of Optic. Pycats here at the moment with Zai. So a little bit of a swap-areno going on.
I guess they don't want to have a matchup where Tiny is against the Razor. That's all for OG. They want to have a better matchup. You don't want to have a melee hero against the Razor. Even though Razor was slightly nerfed, still one of the best heroes against the melee cores. Look at this.
I know. What is around this mid lane? Optic have like 4 members just dancing around here, deciding where they think they need to ultimately decide to go. It looks like for now CCNC is going to take a bit of a journey up to the top lane for his Razor. He gets a Riptide for his troubles, but realizes that might be his best bet. So he'll be a little late to the CS game, while S4 has kind of free roam in the top lane for now. And then, you know, down bottom, as we can see, Mad and Fly going to be working in tandem to Zai and Peter on the other front. So your support staff.
Yeah, Mad is already zoning them out, plus a Warlock as well, using a couple of those ranged whirling axes just to deal the damage, slow them down. Meanwhile, Warlock pulling the wave. They even have a sentry to devour the lane ward, which is going to give them a lot of levels, a lot of XP denied as well. So this is actually a tri-lane with the Batrider. They should swap it around. Like, you can't have Batrider in a tri-lane situation.
Yeah, it looks like Peter may hit the high road here and take his business elsewhere. Probably going for a little bit of casual harassment, obviously hoping to get his grummy hands onto this bounty rune here. Is he going to take it in front of Fly? Yes, he will, and he'll gladly walk away. Not before eating a good amount of harassment here. Fly just not really having it, and even forcing out the TP back home.
Yeah, Warlock is one of the best level 1 heroes with Shadow Word. That's almost 200 damage. I mean, casting the old rivalry between Mad and PPD is cool, but the real question is who invented memes?
Who invented memes?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you got one hand, you got Mad, very, very vocal on Twitter. Peter, very vocal. Well,
everywhere.
Everywhere. So I would have to side with Peter on that one.
I prefer PPD's in-game chat rather than Twitter. Most of the people can't see it, but you don't know what you're missing.
Green wall, by the way.
Both sides.
Yeah. Looks like Mad has going to be going on a bit of a cross-country trip here to departing from that bottom lane. He's heading all the way up north. Could end up possibly crossing with Peter here. Peter currently netted down from Jerix. Here come the Axis. Oh, nice hard hit. S4 cuts him off from the front. That's going to be your first blood. It's Jerix who does score the last hit. Zai shows up to play now with CC&C, and they're looking to battle it out with Mad. Mad on the retreat. S4 steps him off inside. Mad will be fine, but he does eat a good chunk of damage. But your first blood is going to belong to OG on the Dire.
So he's going to use a flash control. That's a good chunk of gold for Naga Siren. He's going to have enough to buy boots. I think they're going to still swap things around. They need a hero on the bottom. Warlock can't really stay there. So what do we have? Mid lane, 15-5 CS for No Tail against 14 on a Terrorblade. Pretty even though No Tail has an upper hand whenever the meta is down.
Yeah, I mean, we have notoriously seen and known that for Optic, Pycat, if he's kind of going to be able to coast through the early game, he turns into quite the threat later on. The panel had acknowledged that. Pycat has been really playing some stellar Dota as of recent here. We're going to see him right now possibly make a move for No Tail. Goes into Metamorph. Peter shows up, starts scratching at his rocky back, and even Zai getting in on the action. It looks like they may be successful. And just like that, Pycat on the nose, able to grab the kill. We're even 1-1.
Yeah, they should be careful. It's the first night that's where Night Stalker is active. Not as active as where he shines. That's the second night, but still, they should be able to read the movement. Maybe move a Warlock, Legion Commander against the Batrider. That's the matchup that they want. Just use the press the attack, remove all the sticky napalm charges.
I mean, if you're a Night Stalker and you're at least participating in a kill in your first night, you've met the quota here. So Peter already getting frisky early on. Now joins the side of CC&C on this one here. OG on the other side, though, have to depart from the lane. This really opens things up a bit for CC&C to go to work. We haven't seen too much changes elsewhere here. 3-3 has been able to kind of get the lane to himself down here on the bottom already, level 5. So good little boost for him.
Yeah, Tiny has been nerfed again. Pretty much every patch he gets a slight nerf. No less region plus avalanche cooldown increased. They're trying to make a go on him on a mid again, but seems like he knows this time.
Yeah, Jerix intercepted it.
Plus there's a Warlock again. I mean, Legion Commander is really hard to kill with the Batrider and if Night Stalker moves. So where Night Stalker is gonna go is probably gonna be mid or top. So
Batrider's taking a journey all the way up to the top. We don't see the level 5 rotation too much, but it looks like Optic are going to be favoring the northern side of the map for now. Looking to clear house and maybe get some early damage onto this tier 1.
CC&C on the top lane wants to tank the tower so the siege grip lives, so they can actually push the tower. Meanwhile, Mad TP'd back to jungle, used the shrine, because he reads, Mad is a player that reads the enemy movement really well.
Yeah. What do you think about Mad as of recent here? Obviously, he's had to fill kind of some big shoes here for OG as of recent. You know, them and Resolution did depart. Mad had to step in for that. Oh, Mad getting tossed up and over here from No Tail. They look to tag team this one up. PPD in a bit of trouble. Does pop the wand to make it away, and it does help him survive. Makes it up to the high ground. Oh, spoke too soon. The lingering dot damage is going to be the end of him.
The Shadow Word. They managed to take down the top tower. CC&C and Batrider both TPing right away on the bottom, and they want to defend this tower, but I don't think they're going to make it in time. Yeah, they might get a return kill, but that's going to be all. I don't think OG expects them to come here.
I like this from Jerix. He's probably going to just have to be that sacrificial support, scouting on through to see if there's any rotations over, but Optic, they're made their move regardless to go for S4 on this one. The stickies begin to pile up. CC&C dishes out the extra bit of damage, and it's going to be 3-3 who claims that one. So OG do manage to snag that first tier 1 of the game, but it will cost them a kill.
Yeah, someone should be top from OG, get the XP and the gold, since 4 of the heroes from Optic were showing on the bottom lane. Yeah, you were talking about Mad, big shoes to fill.
Yeah, what do you think?
I know that he had a big desire to play again, so that's a positive thing.
Be hungry, you know?
Yeah, be hungry for the win. He's been on a coach seat for way too long. But I guess we need more time. I know he's super skilled individual.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it's tough. It's a tough time right now. I mean, especially if you're playing in the mid lane, you have heavy competition out there.
I was thinking of ways to counter Tiny. Like if you pick a lot of paper heroes with no HP, you can easily counter them because paper beats rock.
Oh, yes. Zai may be able to wiggle his way out from this one here. Approach was being made from both Jerix and Mad, but now they're going for their own 180 play. And move on to Jerix. Timed out stun. Here comes the flame break. The mighty Owl begins to torch up the little fish. And it is going to be Jerix's drop. Zai picks that one up, and Optic pull ahead now, 3-2.
Yeah, you said you love that Batrider set, Bebop and
that is Bebop of Bebop and Roxy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And if you don't know what that is, then
you should just disconnect. Just
you're too young to be playing this game, I guess. I'm not too sure what to tell you. Fantastic set.
So this is where the problems start for OG. They're gonna rely so much on Tiny to make some space, but he's not having the greatest time. So his Blink Dagger is not gonna come up for the next at least 4 minutes, or Shadow Blade, whatever he decides to go for.
So how can they help that a bit? I mean, they have Duel up and ready. Is it just on them to try to go on the hunt and try to make some kills happen with him participating in it?
Well, they're going to rely more on S4 because he has more farm than Tiny. So with the Tiny and Legion Commander, they have enough burst damage to take pretty much anyone down. They just need the levels on Warlock. When you play support Warlock, you don't need more than level 2 Shadow Word. It's just a waste of spells. Probably you're gonna see Fatal Bonds and Upheaval max after.
Yeah, I know the panel had mentioned the nice synergy between the Siren song and the Upheaval. Could be pretty damn pungent. See Zai and Jerix kind of battling it out a bit. Zai maybe feeling a little bit of those nerf numbers right now. Jerix riptides him, turns it around, gets off the ensnare. Zai says, step the hell off. Looks to force him back. But good levels coming in here for the little Dark Willow. But now reinforcements have showed up. Here comes Mad. Round in the corner, dishes out the tomahawks, but does go into that shadow. TP, and he's gone, just like that. But down and below, 3-3, eats a tiny combo, gets the lasso, pulls No Tail to the high ground, and he's looking to soar away from the haters right now, but they get the net. They look to buckle him down. He goes for the TP. Can he make it out? Makes it out and away, and he's going to be fine.
Yeah, the raindrop charge saves him. 33 has a lot of farm. 500 gold away from that Blink Dagger. That's going to help them start the fights. At that time, Night Stalker will have a second Knight.
Oh, mid lane. A jump is happening here for Little Quinn. They started off with a Jerix and Snare, but with the power coming in, with No Tail and company, they're going to be able to finish the job. Zai tries to assist, but it's just too little, too late.
Yeah, Zai used 2 ultimates to try to save him, and Bedlam was still ready.
Cute little hero. Still feeling pretty damn relevant in the early game right now. Now we have OG as a 4-man. Maybe looking to tag team some neutral camps up and then perhaps go on the move. I see Fly does have some of that purple stuff in the pocket.
Yeah, they're going to shrine up and try to go for a smoke, get Legion Commander some damage probably on a bot lane. They have a rock ready, so they are fine to fight. There's the first Knight coming out from Night Stalker. He just hit level 6, so you want to use it at the best timing that you have. That's 11:20. Then at 12-minute mark, it turns Knight again.
Here comes OG. Rolling on through, looking to go for some duels, looking to go for some rock drops. CC&C is there in the mid lane. Peter nearby. Peter might have to move forward and tank this one if he spots everything out. And he will see that the jig is up. And he will pay the price for it. I'm sure the support is happy to tank the gank on that one. Could have been a lot more devastating for Optic.
Yeah, Pycat meanwhile is pretty much free farming. There is... What is he going for?
Slide up a Yasha at least for now.
Manta style first item. I feel like Terrorblade needs either Hurricane Pike or drums just to tank it up and excel his farm.
Oh, the chase may be on here from OG. Fly's looking to move in. There's the song. Fly's got the rock in his pocket, looking to drop it up, and S4 is looking to walk in to go for the duel. And here it comes. Boom! It gets dropped. The Sunder does come off just before the Rock is able to find connection, but they still have so much power to be able to go for the finish. But look at Optic moving in, trying to get something for themselves. Lasso up, get the pullback, but S4 still living on. They bump him back with a flame break, and eventually they will be able to barbecue him up. And look at it go for the follow-up +1. It's Mad next on the crosshair, and they will leash him back home. Triple kill coming in for 3-3. It is Optic Gaming who take this one.
I didn't see if Legion Commander was silenced at the back lines because I was watching the Terrorblade. They didn't manage to lock him down, so Sunder was used, which pretty much canceled the whole fight. And when you have a Night Stalker running at you who's pretty high level and the Bat Rider, it's pretty hard to take a fight like that.
Yeah, I was really surprised though. Pycat was able to make him really sweat for it. Good assistance there from the rest of Optic, are able to kind of fizzle things out. Now Optic feeling pretty good in control, and it looks like we do, of course, have that blink at the ready, already well on the way for the 4-step as well for 3-3.
So Legion Commander still has no damage. It feels okay. They might get a hands on Zai. Look at
Zai's
No
just casually
Tail
flying,
pulling out
right
the
through.
Chappie.
Oh, Peter waiting on the low ground here. That was incredibly awkward, just like ships in the night. Zai sails through. Now a pop to the mid lane here as Pycat is in Metamorph, and they look to soften up this mid-tier 1 as much as possible. The Troll ulti looking to come out because they square up in the river, and it's going to be Peter who gets ripped apart from Fly. Now attention back at the mid lane. The rest of Optic will withdraw. As OG do make the rotation over. Looks like they'll be able to at least hold that one. Still can't help but, yeah, feel like OG we're hoping to still get a lot more with the duel, with the Rock. And I'm just going to try to settle for at least a little bit more of an economy boost by pushing through to this tier 1, but it's going to be a lot of time that they're gathered together if they're not able to achieve anything.
No Tail, just hiding on a mid lane with that Shadow Amulet. Reminds me of that player, huh?
Oh, Chappie?
Could be, yeah.
That's one of No Tail's favorite friends, as far as I know. He's just learning from the best.
So stack is being pinged out from Optic. Only one stack. Do we have anything else stacked for OG? We have a couple of stacks where the Legion Commander is farming.
And no one's farming and doing stacks as much as 3-3 though, man. He's still soaring over the top of everyone in the net worth. He's going to have his full Bat Rider tool belt as we get ready to the 16-minute mark here.
Yeah, 33 is kind of a player, the greedy one who gets a lot of gold and items, but he utilizes. That's the thing. Like he likes to play aggressive, which benefits him. That's where the gold comes from.
All right, for OG side, Fly's Rock is back up. Is it in their best interest to utilize the Rock and take as many fights as possible once it is ready to them? I mean, dual damage needs to start coming at some point.
Yeah, it feels like they should try to seek a fight. It's going to be a daytime in a couple of seconds. So they should use it. I mean, PPD still has ulti, but it's only 40 seconds duration.
Daytime now. Looks like No Tail will sweep through this mid lane to be able to get the finish onto his Shadow Blade, but there's the ulti pop from Peter.
So they know ulti is popped. The Night Stalker is pretty much useless during the daytime. So does Fly have a smoke? Yeah, one purple stuff. The smoke, they should be able to use it right after.
I would get pretty nervous for OG if they cannot make this gank movement successful.
They want to, yeah.
Game is even 6-6, so it still feels like this is Optic's early game at the moment, but OG now. Go on the move.
So seems like 33 knows that something is up. They don't have... Oh, they actually had the vision. The deep ward that was covering the Ancients. But they smoked under the sentry, but they saw them. So that's going to be a lot of time wasted
they saw
from
them coming
Optic.
from one side and not come out the other. So, something's fishy there. I was actually going to bring that up earlier, but didn't get the chance until you just acknowledged it. Optic have been starting this game off with some really nice aggressive wards. Really just planting the deep vision to see those early rotations. And OG think it's going to be undercover. Daikin duel. Is this going to be the opportunity? It looks like it's not. Zai's able to make it out and fend off the trouble. They still want to get the little girl, and can they do it? He pops out, and it looks like they will be able to get the job done. But still, heavy commitments coming in, only for a little support. Probably not as thirst-quenching for OG as they'd like.
Yeah, there's a song used. They just want to run away. Okay, they're setting up something on the bottom.
Yeah, it's on to Peter. Peter now looks to step away. No tails there. Catches with the stun. He's going to go for a toss back. Nope, just tosses him straight up and down, and we'll be able to get the job done there. Meanwhile, back in mid lane, we got CC in 33 looking to fly. He jumps on board, gets the lasso, gets the pullback, but look who shows up now. No tail getting into the action. Not going to be able to get the save for Fly, but they might be able to get a return kill. So close to get the finish on the S4, and it's 3-3. Who gets it done? Double kill for him. CC able to scoot away from trouble. Unless they get a toss, can they do anything about it? I don't think so.
Yeah,
He's
you
long
can't
gone.
toss the
Yeah,
golem.
that would have been pretty
He's too
badass,
big.
but he's just too big and heavy.
So again, 33 with some big plays. Started stacking on Warlock, then changes the target because Legion Commander can dispel it with press the attack and just uses ulti on him, and they get a double kill.
Still, you know, can't help but feel like it was a good amount of rotational power from OG, but not as much as they were hoping to get here. Batrider now has moved past his 4-staff, has a Yule's now queued up.
Still no damage on Legion Commander. It always feels sad when Legion Commander has a start like that. Has a good timing on a Blink Dagger, but can't get
Looks like
any
they might
damage.
get it now.
First one, yep. Nope.
No.
I guess Tiny was afraid that he's gonna toss Legion Commander, so he didn't want to use it. But if he used it, they would have enough damage to actually take him down.
Miscalculated, unfortunately, there for OG. And the wait continues for the first bit of bonus damage here for S4.
Yeah, pretty even game so far. Not too much kills, not too much action.
Mad
but,
might be in trouble. Runs straight to 3-3 and PPD. They bump him back. They hit him with the silence. He has one more second for the lasso, but it's not even necessary. But they do find a new target to use the lasso on, and how convenient. It's going to be little Jarex right here. He has no song to be able to bail himself out, but here comes No Tail looking to assist. Dishes out the Wombo combo, but it is not going to be good enough, and he might have just handed himself over into trouble. He goes down. Jarex could be next. He tries to do work with the hammer. It might just have been able to bail him out from trouble, but they still lose that tiny core.
Again, 33 with these small, sneaky plays. He saw that Naga is channeling Meteor Hammer, so he uses a 4-staff, just a 4-staff Terror Blade outside of it before it even hits.
What a bro. Looks like CC&C will be able to get that finish on the mid-tier 1 tower while that's happening. Zai was dancing around with S4, spotting him out. 33 goes on the move with Peter yet again. They found a little fish lady, and they're going to serve up some barbecue sashimi. I don't think you can barbecue sashimi, by the way. That's
I mean, you
different
can,
cooking
but it's
styles.
probably not edible.
All right, full control here, it looks like, for Optic as they continue to claim objectives now and take down some side kills. They move themselves ahead 12-9 with 12K bonus.
Sadly for Optic, meta is down with that DD. They could easily taken the Roche. The problem is for OG that they have Troll who's keeping up with Terrorblade, but he still needs way more time to come online than Terrorblade. He needs to get that BKB so he can actually be in the fights, otherwise they can just easily kite around him.
Looks like Troll will pick up the Fervor stacks.
Yeah, the Whirling Axe's damage is really shitty. So they know meta is down, so good timing from OG to take the Roche. They even have this deep ward, which gives them a lot of vision. I expect Jarex to stand out. But yeah, look at Jarex's position. Always
Their bodyguarding is so hard right now. I mean, there's really no chance for Optic to be able to intercept. They are rotating over like they want to do so. I think the timing is just going to be a little bit off. There's the finish of the Roche. I think once that's seen, Optic will decide to pull off. But they were able to at least get that tier 1 on the bottom as well. So still able to score some money in their own pockets on this one. But CC&C now pops the Eye of the Storm once he sees the approach coming in from Mad, and they're looking to make a move. 3-3 going to the skies. Starts to soften him up a bit. The stun could be coming in. Do they want to go in? They know they're hesitant. There's a Song waiting behind him. There's a Shadow-Bladed Tiny waiting behind him. Optic are super nervous about moving in and taking this fight. Yeah, so they just say, well, let's just get the hell out of here.
Tiny is too big. He can't even get through the bramble maze without activating it.
Looks like both teams will split the difference here and go their own course. Optic taking to the southern side. Rotations coming in from Mad. Peter gives him a good handshake and hello, welcome. More rotations are coming in, but Optic do have numbers down here. Mad already about 50% life. Is this going to look tasty for Optic? Stun does connect, but nice little force staff. Quinn will move away from the trouble. Optic make it away. OG will not pursue too much further. And they'll head out their own direction. Still seeing Pike on top of that network and getting his own bit of free farm all the way up here at the top.
Yeah, Troll will easily catch up with that Battle Fury. He can keep up, but the problem is, okay, there's a song used.
All right. Are they able to catch anyone, though? Looks like they are. Zai's right into the mix, but good flame break bump back, and they get the instant takedown of S4. Now moving into the action with the rock, going to get dropped right on top of the head here. Can they get the burst power? Looking to go for Peter and company. No, it's OG on the run. Pycat able to score the kill onto Fly. And it looks like they're not done yet. Yule setup is there for Mad, but 3-3 is looking forward and possibly on the Jarex, but he finds himself in a bit of trouble. Chopped up in the bum, and Mad's going to be able to get the takedown. That is the pop of the Aegis here. CCNC waiting with Zai and Peter and company, but OG rotating in, back on the action. Can Optic still be able to make this work? Pycat has that Sunder still ready to go. Fly is going to get eviscerated on this one. Hammer drop. Makes connection onto Zai, but that will be the end of it. When the dust settles, this one seems to belong to Optic, getting a few more in numbers.
Yeah, they were split again, and this is the second time. They were getting caught. They should be the one who are initiating the fights with the Legion commander. But problem is Legion doesn't deal that much damage at this point. Plus, you on the other side you even have a Razor who has Yule Scepter, which is great for catch or just disabling Legion commander while he duels.
Oh, two Yule Scepters. I didn't even notice the one there on CCNC. Very nice. Yeah, no damage yet for 4S4 onto this one. And that was a buyback also used for Fly, just to try to get into the fight.
They need to cut into back lines, try to kill Dark Willow with Tiny if possible. The problem is they lack control. They have a net, they have a Tiny combo, but it's really long cooldown.
Oh, okay. Not enough to be able to instantly finish her off. Zai will be able to make it away. Meanwhile, though, Peter gets a takedown onto S4 with, of course, assistance coming in from 3-3. Oof, hard life right now for your Legionnaire. The rest of OG, though, have taken to the northern lane and will go for their own tier 1. We'll see if Optic look to defend.
Yeah, OG is not backing out. They have a Troll with the BKB, so they can take a fight. They should back after this tower because Legion Commander is missing.
She's in the grave currently.
Yeah, this game you need to have Lincoln Spheres on your course against the Sunder, Batrider, ulti, Razor, Static Link.
Possibly here for Peter. Big Daddy sees him in the river, hits him up with a combo, and the chase is on now. CCNC looking to get a bit of vengeance for his captain. Leash is up, no tail. He does get tossed back, and that's when they decide to go the other direction.
A lot of melee heroes. This is a great game for Razor. Plus, he has Naga's illusions, which he can drain the damage from.
Great for Razor. Great for Dark Willow. They have to all work and fight through that maze. Very tough game for these cores who need to kind of get in and make fisticuffs happen.
Yeah, Thorblade decided to go for Lincoln Sphere as well against the duel, against the Naga Siren's net. So, I mean, it gives him tankiness as well.
And after that, looks like it's going to be a Scotty, so even more tankiness to come.
Yeah, they have enough frontliners. 33 Razor plus a Night Stalker, and they have a good save in a Dark Willow. So it's going to be really hard for OG to take down this Terrorblade.
OG on the move here. S4's got the duel. Fly has the rock. Let's see what they're going to be able to get. Looks like from the high ground, they may be able to see CCNC. They ping him out. There's the jump. There's the duel with the blade mail. Is it going to be enough damage? I don't know if he's going to be able to get the finish with the bonus, but they may be able to at least take the Razor. Oh, No Tail wants him. Can't quite get him. Doesn't have the skills available. Meanwhile, though, No Tail is able to get the takedown of Zai. Mad gets the kill on PPD.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do with the Tiny. Now that he has Echo Saber, he can easily blow up that Dark Willow in the back lines.
3-3. He's taunting a bit here at no tail, but obviously going to get purged away with assistance coming in from S4. Meanwhile, though, Pycat is scoring some split pressure here, taking down that tier 2 in the top lane. Optic, you know, they may suffer a couple of losses, but they continue to keep the pressure and the objective forward.
Yeah, most of the time when you play Tiny and you want to go for that Shadow Blade, you get the 30+ damage, especially if you go for Echo Saber build.
Oh, yeah.
Like the double hit, that's extra 60 damage. And they don't have too much magical damage this game. Like you have a Razor and Terrorblade both cores have no magical damage whatsoever.
Just too scared of Dark Willow, I guess. Yes.
Dark Willow and the Batrider, but Batrider more kites you with sticking upon that he actually deals the magical damage.
Looks like Optic will reside up towards the northern half of the map, getting a couple of more of that aggressive vision down, while OG take to the bottom lane here. Oh, sorry, I flipped that one around. Optic to the bottom lane. Nope, Song out here from Jerix, a defensive one, to be able to slither away from what looked like potential trouble. He at least saw PPD and didn't want to have any part of that. But Song is going to be down now for a fair amount of time. And that is the setup potential, or one of the biggest setup potentials here for OG.
Yeah, even with the nerfs to Spirit Vessel, it's still a great item. Like you can't use the blinks, it stops the region. It doesn't stop it completely, but you know what I mean.
Optic whipping their way down through this bottom tier 2 tower. It looks like rotations are going to be coming. OG possibly looking to go on the defensive here. Like the positioning though, Zai waiting on the outline. Same with 3-3, watching from the high ground here to see if there's going to be any possible approach. It looks like nothing will be there for the tier 2, and Optic will just take that one easily. Now their net worth begins to just creep up a little higher. 5K of their advantage. Ooh, look at this. Might have been able to spot out some trouble. They make the move in. The lasso pullback. The rocket to be committed right now. They're stuck in their spot. 3, they're going to go down as Mad just rips him apart. Yules is there for CC&C as he tries to scoot away, but there's the follow-up ensnare, being able to get the finish. This one looked to belong to OG as they break through the green wall. Another one will fall. 3 to drop at this point. Zai frantic to make it out, but boom, gets bashed in the face. Mad with the triple. Oh, definitely the best and most prominent fight for OG so far.
Yeah, they will threaten the tier 3 towers because Roche is not up. It's going to be up in 29 seconds. I guess they're going to have a good vision around them with the mirror image. So they might go... Okay, so yeah.
Buyback.
Optic Gaming will need to use a couple of buybacks. I mean, you're playing against the Troll plus press the attack from Legion Commander. They just want to use the Glyph. Yep.
Chopping away here. Coming in from Matt with the assisted bit of damage coming out now from S4. This tier 3 seems to belong to them.
It's time to back right now. I don't know why Terrorblade didn't use meta in the previous fight.
Jump in. 3-3. No lasso quite yet. Still needs 10 more seconds.
So meta is popped.
Song's up. Jerix uses it. Are they going to consider turning around? No. This one is all for a clean getaway.
But Jerix is going to be in problem. I guess they can sacrifice him.
He's just the getaway driver. And he is going to be whipped apart right now. Even tries to force them closer back to their own base. Meanwhile, though, split pressure is continuing to come out from Pycat.
Jerix should buy back, and they should go for a Roche. They know Roche is up.
Well, Optic's already made their move into it, and the Morph is there. Will OG do something about? They smoke, but they're not getting the buyback on Jerix. Maybe that would be too much of a red flag for Optic on this one. Look at 3-3's positioning. He's waiting there. Gets the catch on the Mad. They start sapping his damage. They pull him back in, and OG might decide to pull off. There's going to be the buyback now from Jerix. Comes into play. Mad's BKB still in action. Turns around, looks to bash and get the rip apart onto 3-3. Yules is up and down. Meanwhile, No Tail gets that finish onto CC&C. And we're not done yet. Pycat gets the Sunder off. Looking to go for the finish. They will get that takedown. No one from OG to drop at this point, and they're looking to claim up even more. 3-3 will be next, and they make it 3.
Tiny? Okay, he gets him.
Moves in. Nice stun onto Zai, tossing him right up and down. Straight to hell. He will fall.
That's a free Roche. That's Cheese and Aegis on the 2 of your cores.
Whoa.
Oh, they might even go for... The Midraxes are gonna fall, definitely. But I wonder if they want to go for tier 4s and just finish the game.
Cheese? Guys, it's Gouda. Cheese. All right, well, someone will go back and get it, I'm sure.
S4, hello. What is this? Cheese? And what is this? Cheese?
I'll get the cheese, guys. Don't
All
worry
right.
about it. All right, I got it.
They know meta is down for another 45 seconds. Tier 2 towers are up, so they might go for tier 4s actually.
Are they going to go for the jugular? No. Looks like they rotate down south. They see a tier 2 still stands, and they'll head that direction. Some minor pressure coming in all the way up to that top lane for OG that they will have to deal with, but still, this game quickly went from a 6K advantage nearly for Optic Gaming all the way back and around the other direction. 6 to 7K advantage now for OG.
Yeah, say that to my face is gonna backfire.
Chop it away here. Mad gets some good work in on this tier 3, but Optic have now got here for the defense. Mad knows that he has the power to be able to put in some extra pressure and has the second life to work with. Are they going to force him to use the Aegis right now? Looks like not. He gets the assistance from that Lincoln Spear. That's a fraction, though. Get the hell off my back.
Spirit Vessel plus press the attack, the increased heal,
Oh, yeah.
plus a Shadow Word. They want to just get the shrines. That's some extra gold, and they know that they can't run from behind.
Looking pretty damn clean so far for OG. After what felt like a little bit of a nervous start, not getting any of those early successful rocks or duels, but here they are, looking to go in for some more work. They put Matt out in front. They continue to hit them with all the assistance they can. Just to press the attack, and he'll be stepped off.
So still Aegis on him. BKB is 8-second full dataless on Tiny. That means a lot of damage in the back lines, plus on the racks as well. That
Oh, deep dive in duel to lock CCNC in. It's placed the follow-up rock, and the chopping coming in from Mad. Mad able to get the work done. It looks like his first life could fall, or am I speaking too soon again? There's the Sunder off. Looking to go for no tail. They get that one at least. Pycat picks it up. Fly now stuck in a bit of the mix. He knows that he's done for, so he'll just take that one on the chin. Double kill for Pycat. And OG take their leave. Don't get a Rax on that one, so that was a pretty fair defense from Optic. They're not done yet. Briefly looking to go in, gets the Yules. Mad trying to turn around, still has that Aegis. Can Optic force him to pop the Aegis here? Does not look like it.
so meta is gonna be down in the next couple of seconds. They should regroup and try to go again. Use that cheese and Aegis. Pycat deals ton of damage in this fight. His level 22, minus 10-second reflection cooldown, plus he already has MKB against the mischance from Troll, and he just went all in with the damage.
Do have to play around that Metamorph cooldown quite a bit, though. Oh, snap. Right in front of him, S4. That's my rune.
So Troll has that's a full nullifier. He just needs to use the chip. Once he gets to level 25, Battle Trance dispels. That's gonna be huge against Dark Willow, against Bat Rider and Night Stalker as well. Plus it also removes the reflection.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which can actually do a lot of work to Mad.
What's the cooldown on Battle Trance? 35, so that's a lot.
Like every fight, pretty much. Have it up at the ready. All right, looks like OG getting themselves situated back towards this bottom lane yet again, looking to go for the finish on what they had started with those racks. Meanwhile, Optic pressuring that top lane as much as possible to at least limit the amount of time that OG would be able to commit to this bottom lane. But as you can see, Mad is already into the mix here. Still sports that extra life, now sports that nullifier. They get that first rack's already down to about half of its life. You can see Optic trying to put a little bit more priority on trying to focus no tail possible, but here comes trouble. They lock down and take out CCNC. Just like that, out of this one, over a minute without a buyback at his ready. Could this be the beginning of the end right now? Mad eating a lot of damage. And that refraction, dust gonna be popped from Peter. They use the Fortify, still preserving the racks right now, but there goes Mad. He's looking to go for the finish, and he should be able to get the one down. Will he finally pop his Aegis? Yes, he will. Now the rest of OG thinking about making their move in. Have Rock now at the ready from Fly if they'd like to use it. Are they going to go for it if the positioning is there? Jarex helps to set it up, is able to get the sleep onto 2. Will they commit for it? The hammer, dropped, stunned, Trance is out. No commitment from the Rock just yet. A cheese will be gobbled. There's going to be the finish from PPD. And there's the Rock, looking to make a move in. Pycat strutting forward. He's looking to go for the Sunder, but can't find a good target. And at this point, you're just kind of in a bit of an awkward position. So he steps away, and if OG could just wait this one out, oh my! He might almost go down without getting the Sunder off. He had to Manta away from that Spirit Vessel. And he makes it back to the fountain.
So they're just fine with it. Did Tiny use a cheese? Yeah, he had to. Let me just check. Yep, he didn't handle it to someone. Nope. So this Lincoln Sphere on Troll is doing some awesome work because he is the frontliner. Tiny is just positioning himself well, staying behind, using a combo, and going back. He even bought the Blink Dagger as 5th item, so he can be the one initiating on the Terrorblade, just to finish him off.
And for CC&C, it seems like OG just really no hesitation if they have an opportunity to find the jump onto the Razor. He gets deleted out of these fights pretty damn fast.
Yeah,
now.
it doesn't feel like Razor is doing any damage in these fights.
Yeah.
Most of the time he is dead first, but his best job would be just to try to use Static Link on a Troll. That's it, so he can't deal the damage.
Smoke pop here from Optic. 3-3. It is able to get the lasso grab. Just on little Jarex here. And they will be able to finish her off.
Jarex wanted to break the smoke because Jarex breaks most of the smokes, period. But they had a better vision with the Night Stalker and the Firefly.
Still, though, I'm sure happy that their little fish support's going to be just tanking up these ganks. Optic will need a lot more than that if they're hoping to kind of get themselves back into the mix for this one. A 9K advantage still sits here for OG. They'll just kind of step back and continue the farm, waiting for these cooldowns, waiting for the rocket to come back up. Maybe even playing it extra safe and holding out for the next Roche.
So Troll didn't go for Battle Trance this spell, which is...
Oh, he went for the Whirling Hexes cooldown, huh?
So cooldown is 3 seconds. You can use it permanently.
Blind.
Yeah, but the blind is not that good since Terrorblade already has Monkey King bar.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
the damage is fine, but I still think Battle Trance would be a better choice.
Darkness called out here from Peter, as Optic are frantic to kind of relieve a lot of the pressure from both the mid and top lane. No, CC&C though lingering around a little too long, and he is insta-deleted. Damage comes in there for S4, and the rest of Optic will disperse. Started the game with no extra damage, now he's up to 50. S4, more utility lockdown hero at this point.
Yeah, does he have a buyback?
No buyback.
50 gold, he will get it. If they reach the base, he will be alive. There's still tier 2 tower on top.
Pretty rough situation though for Optic, it feels. Down 2 sets of racks. I mean, is this one of those cases where you just hold out for a strong high ground defense, or is it on them to kind of try to make some moves outside the base and catch, you know, OG with their pants down?
They're in a bad spot right now because the only one who deals the damage is Terrorblade. Once meta is down, it feels like they don't have anything to fight with. They can kite around, take fights, get a couple of kills, but it doesn't feel like they can wipe OG. The next Roche will respawn in 10 seconds, so that's going to be huge for OG. Song is up, so they know that they can be threatened, and with the lanes being pushed out, plus Naga Siren illusions, it's gonna be hard for them to move out of the base. Do they have a smoke? No one has a smoke on side of Optic, so it means they won't be able to contest. That's a third Roach, which means Refresher Shard is ready.
Who do you think should take it?
I mean, Warlock sounds good, but Legion Commander might get it.
Really? The double duel. Oh, Jared's song, just a safety song. The song of safety, or the safety dance, if you will.
Yeah. So, Naga Siren with Heaven's Halberd, which is great against Terrorblade. He has a Lincoln, but still. What else do we have? So that's a Refresher on Warlock, plus Lotus Orb.
Are they thinking about moving for Matt here? He's going to be a real tough cookie to crack. Got that Aegis, he's got a lot of assistance. They decide, they get the lasso pullback, but the raw counter's there. Mad begins to go straight to work and quickly takes out Peter. Say that to my face. Moves right in, gets it done, and it's going to be 3-3 as the next takedown. S4 claims both of them. Could be the final hurrah. Highcat's looking to swing it out to the bitter end here. Full Metamorph, Sunder already committed, and now that the Aegis and the second life return, it looks like they'll easily clear out CCNC. This Mad guy is godlike at this point, and they ain't done yet. 3-3 manages to hold on a little bit here, but takes the skies to try to make it away. S4 is pretty low, but buybacks begin to trickle in from the rest of Optic on this one. 33 is able to soar up and away and blinks out from further trouble. Could have been a lot more disastrous, but still, victim's going to be there. Pycat so low. Spirit Vessel, Axes. The man is on the run with 140 life, and the song will keep him in his place. Man on his deathbed, snoozing away. He'll go down, and so will CCNC. CCNC, 90 seconds, no buyback there. Pycat already uses his, but he has no Metamorph. I think this might be it.
Yeah, this could be it. They used G's, Aegis, and Refresher Shard, so it means that they could have killed two here. That just do way too much damage from No Tail.
God. No Tail. So much. Zai is there, and then he's not. Pycat moving in with everything he has, but it is not much. He just gets instantly destroyed, and this one is over. It is going to be OG. Dreamin' Green taking away that game from the other OG.
So in the end, Mad actually assembled the team and beat them.
Yes, it wasn't in NA though, but
It doesn't matter. It's on neutral territory. That's what matters. Do they
Yeah.
look happy? Let's check the faces. Mad is happy, man.
oh man, No Tail with the biggest grin on his face on that one. I mean, what'd you think? Was this kind of expected after at least the first 10 minutes of play? It felt pretty sharp for Optic at the start of this one.
Well, OG was keeping up with the farm, even though there were a couple of kills behind. Terrorblade was dealing way too much damage, but the Razor fallen off. He got caught way too many times. Imagine if this game was a little bit different, if S4 got a couple of early duels.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been even more devastating there. For the Razor, though, do you think that that's just a pick that feels a bit out of place, or a Razor who was just not able to, be at that point he would like to be
The
at?
positioning from OG's scores were way too good in these fights.
All right. Well, that wraps things up for our first best of one here for Group A. We'll go ahead and throw things over to the panel to get their thoughts on OG versus OG.
Yep, there can be only one Dreaming Green, and this time round it's OG. It's 1-1 in the Battle of the OGs after they lost the initial match in Bucharest, and a good victory for OG. Our three panel members are ready to break the game down. The opening game of day 2 here in Group A. We're back at the panel once more with these gents. Cap? Good, bad, ugly? How do you assess the game? Because it didn't look clean for OG, did it? Optic had moments in there.
No, well, it definitely wasn't clean on either side, but I think OG definitely an improvement from what we saw yesterday, for sure. I think that there was still a little bit of times where, like, No Tail got caught out in that one situation. But overall, it felt like OG definitely played around each other very well. I think it really helped the fact that they had this Jarek's Naga Siren to be able to really reset things, and they could actually get really good positioning in a lot of these team fights as a result.
Yeah, and Will, it's a good victory for OG in this group stage, because Optic were 2-0 after yesterday. OG were 1-1, so to pick up another win here, very important for them.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a nice confidence booster because Optic has looked pretty good. They beat good teams yesterday. I think OG, especially after their series, who did they lose to in their first game?
Keen.
When they lost to Keen, maybe they're just like, oh man. But this is going to put them 2-1, which is a very nice position to be in. They've got a win over one of the better groups.
Yeah, they've beaten Optic and Newbie now.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be pretty happy about that overall. Feels pretty good right now for Matt especially.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you gents about the beef. I don't know, do we call it beef?
There's
There's definitely beef.
There's no beef, guys. Come on. There's just salt.
So EU
It's just
better,
salt.
right? Winter, EU better?
Doesn't Optic have like 3 EU players?
We don't mention that. in
This
NA.
is what we call the Suns fan.
I mean, I can.
They are
NA.
adopted North Americans.
Yeah,
Okay.
Suns fan North Americans.
The thing is that the United States is a country of immigrants, Paul.
I was like,
and we continue that
Zai,
tradition
33,
today.
and Pycat are all not all right. Sure.
Honestly, the real reason is the NA region. They gotta take it where they can get it at this point, you know.
Yeah, we're happy. We'll claim this one. Not this game, but
I mean, if OG want to start playing in NA, we'll claim them too. Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
I was the only
Ah,
believer
yes.
in the three of us.
Great prediction.
You guys both chose. If you recall, Paul, they both
Yeah, I
chose
do.
Optic, and
I
I
do
chose
recall.
OG.
Yes, because you had such.
There was a lot of scientific,
Bulletproof faith.
a lot of scientific facts behind your choosing of OG as well.
If you're really
Remind
good
us,
at what
please.
you do, you don't even have to say anything at all. I know that our audience is so intelligent that they read 3 levels deep and understood what my eyes were trying to tell them.
Oh man, OG was poor Batrider, man. 33 played really well in that Batrider. I think there were several times where he kind of showed the whenever I think of 33 and like aggressive offlane, I think of his Batrider play, and there were several times where he showed like the maximum potential of the hero. And they still could not win. This game just ended up going a little bit too late. A couple of pickoffs here and there. Optic.
Yeah, OG got like a really good lane setup. That's the thing that like I worried the most. And that's why I went with Optic earlier, because I thought OG would have a really tough early game. But they got good matchups and they sort of edge slightly ahead in the lanes. And I was expecting them to have two bad lanes, but they moved their lanes around. The throw was not against the Batrider. The timing was middle.
I mean, 26 minutes into this, Optic had a 6.5k gold lead.
Yeah, they took really bad fights though. They went the
Just
first
after
one.
that.
The first one was in the middle. They went in, but the Terrabit was really far away from his team. The Batrider like jumped in, but Terrabit wasn't there. Then the second fight was the Roshan. They went to the Roshan fight and they just went in again, and the cores were really far away. Like 2 bad fights in a row, and they just lost.
Did they have any choice at that point though? Because the game was starting to go out of their hands anyway.
I mean, I will blame the first one more than the second one for sure, because the first one actually made them, get themselves into a really bad situation. They had to try to go for the Roche and whatnot.
Scoreboard reveals some big stats for the Frenchman, Sebastian Debs. We don't actually repeat his name. He's known as the man that we can't say his name.
7 King Mad.
That's how I say it.
Isn't
anyway.
that what you
yeah,
called him?
Something like that.
Long
which kind
time
of
ago.
stuck.
all
A
the way
long
in
time ago.
ESL1
Indeed. Yes.
Frankfurt.
Indeed. His first ever event as a panel member, and almost his last. 13, 2, and 16 for the French smack-talking hero who saved the day for Europe.
Yeah.
For OG versus Optic. Does he also get your MVP?
Absolutely. I thought in this game he was phenomenal. His positioning, the way that he took the fights, spell casting, item progression, item choice, everything I think added up for me. This guy, when he plays at the top level, I think is a very good core. It's reflected in his MMR. He was #1 in Europe, the leaderboard for quite some time. You don't do that unless you're very mechanically talented as well.
Yep.
He's got a great mind on him. The downside for him, and he admits this himself, is that sometimes he lets his nerves and he overthinks things. But in this game, you saw none of that. He just played a very clean game overall. Definitely surprised.
I feel really bad now, Will,
Why?
because I questioned, is he the right mid for the team? Do they see someone? He's a good mate of mine as well. Now I feel really bad.
I mean, in this
he's had a
game-
really good game.
It's only one game,
Yeah, I
but
was
in
about
this
to say,
game, he
still
was...
best of one,
Sure,
Paul.
but
It was that
still,
hail the-
it's almost
OG
like-
is returned.
The
Praise the
saviors
green.
are here.
In this
Yeah.
game, I think he was the best player in this match.
Yeah.
It felt like it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Time for a break, but plenty more Dota 2 to come over the next 7 or 8 days. Of course, we're going to crown a champion next Saturday. Would you believe it? Here in Shanghai, still plenty to get through in terms of the group stages. That continues after a short break with Game 2 of the day.